Why are you mad at the female? You've been with this dude for how long? 2 years? He know he's hurting you? And I know you know the girl. I understand that. I understand. But you still with the dude. So he's sleeping in your bed next to you and you just found out all of this through his phone. You know the girl because she know of you and, they started messing around behind your back. But why you flatten the girl tire and you still laid up with this man who had obligations to you because y'all in a relationship? She don't got no obligation to you. I'm sorry. People trying to get their bills paid. People gonna do whatever they need to do. I know it's not right, but she don't got no obligation to you. She don't care if she just saw you at the movies with him, so what? I'm just saying. Okay. When you first told me this story, I knew it was something else to the story. Because you was too invested in the girl. I knew it. Ladies, booty bounce.
Okay. So, this is how the story goes. She came in. She said, Kitty, do you have any liquor or any little shots or whatever? I said, I have a bottle of Hennessy over there and probably some rum, but I'm not sure. The tequila is all done. She said, okay, bet. She's like, can I get a drink? I said, fine. Her eyes is red. I'm like, go ahead, get a shot. I said, you never asked me before. She's like, just asking because I got to rethink on some things. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm doing her nails. The whole time I'm doing her nails, she like sniffling like she just got finished crying or whatever. And then she was like, this bee just tried me. And I was like, what bee? What happened? She was like, she was like, I just went through my man phone. I just found out that he is messing with this girl that know that we together, and I'm so upset. I can't believe she tried me like that. It's her. I mean, everything she was saying, she was like, it's her. And I'm listening because first I listen because I hate when I hate when I'm talking and I'm venting and I'm telling my team my part, my truth, and then somebody just want to be interrupting me, telling me what they think or what. I ain't done my story. Let me finish talking. So I practice that because I don't like nobody to do it to me. So she telling me the story and she's like, me and my dude, we've been together for 2 years, Kitty. And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm just telling you all of this and I just met you. I'm like, girl, I don't care who I'ma tell. I said, no, you good. You don't know who it is. And before she left, I did ask her, I was like, can I share it? I was trying to start, tell her my whole idea, what I'm trying to start. And she was like, sure, you can share it. I don't care, just don't say my name. I said, bet. So she was like, I've been with my dude for 2 years. And I just went through his phone. And I saw that he was talking to this girl. And we already had a confrontation with her before. But I see that they're still talking. They're still communicating. I said, okay. So what's the problem? What happened? Like, did you see something in the phone? She was like, yeah, it looked like they've been meeting up. And you know what meeting up mean? I was like, well, I'm always trying to, like, play devil advocate. Like, well, you never know. And she like, Kitty, stop. And I'm like, yeah, true. So she go to tell me she see pictures of them. They go out on dates and stuff. Like, so when he's coming home late and saying he got to work or he hanging out with the boys, he's probably hanging out with her because 1 and 1 is not equaling out to be 2. So she's like, I just went over to her house before I came to you. I flattened all her tires. I know she's off on the weekends and she's usually home after she leave church. She act like she's so holy, but yeah, she be doing dirty stuff. I'm trying not to curse. And I was like, oh, what did you do? And she was like, oh, I put eggs on her car and I flattened like 2 of her tires in the back. I was like, I wish you never told me because I don't want to know none of this information. But, my ears are still open. And I was like, okay. And I was like, so did you even say anything to him? She was like, I asked him. We went out last night. We ate dinner. I asked him. And he was like, it's not like that. I'm overly thinking. And, we had a real nice date. And I said, so you woke up this morning before you came to pamper yourself to do your nails, you went over to this girl's house to flatten her tires and put eggs But last night you probably was home doing the thing with your man. But you found all this information in his phone. And she was like, yeah, but it's just out of respect because she knows me. I said, so was y'all friends? No. Is that your relative? No. Did y'all used to go to school together, or what is it? No, she see me out with him and we already had a conversation because I found something else in his phone, like in the beginning when we started messing around. Okay. So I said my 1-2. She started tearing up. I said, why are you so angry with her? And then you want to talk about you went out to eat with your man and y'all had a good night and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, women is always fighting against women when you find your man messing around. Your man, your husband messing around with the next woman. You want to be mad at that woman. If she ain't your family member or some type of best friend or was in your wedding, she don't need to get no hands because she doesn't care about you. The dude is the issue. And better yet, you don't need to be fighting over nobody because you just don't. That person do not belong to you. Even your kid is not even yours when they get an adult. They go on and do their own thing. Anyway, she started tearing up. I'm on the design part now, so I'm like, please stop moving. But I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just like, please stop moving. Let me finish doing what I need to do that I can go home. Today is Sunday. I'm ready to go, you know? She said, I forgot to tell you one thing. I said, what? She was like, we all had a threesome in the beginning of the relationship. You don't think we should have started off with that? Now I see why you so mad at the girl. Because you agreed to have a threesome with your man in the beginning of your relationship to please him. And then I said, how many times y'all did it? She said 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3 times. You know if you did it 2 times and you know if you did it 3 times. She said 2 or 3 times. I said, now I know where the anger coming from, baby girl. I said, oh, so when you didn't want to do it no more because you started seeing him moving towards that way and want to keep doing threesomes, you told him you was good, but you just found out 2 years later they still doing them. You ready for the shocker? She also found a screenshot of a baby's sonogram. So the girl is pregnant. The same girl she did a threesome with her man to please him in the beginning of the relationship, they still was messing around. So he was basically having his threesome, but she just didn't know nothing about it. The other girl knows about her because in the text, the girl pretty much is like, is so-and-so asleep? Are you still gonna come? So-and-so left for work, right? You want me to swing by? So she probably got pregnant in your damn bed. And then I was like, oh, I am not making this situation better. I said, I need to go get a snack because I'm hungry. And clearly you ain't leaving no time soon. So that's when you saw me eating this. I'm hungry. But she want to come in here telling me a whole nother story. We should have started the story off by saying the girl I had a threesome with my man, I just found out they're still messing around. Okay. So now we got the real story. I turned to her and was like, you just mad now? You're mad because they continue whatever you started for him. Y'all should have just ended up being in a poly relationship. Everybody's like, no, I don't want to be a poly. But when you have a threesome with your man, you don't know what can happen after that. You don't. You open up them doors. Once you have a threesome, them doors are open. For the woman and the man. Y'all got to have a clear understanding. Better yet, just be in a poly relationship. If you want to be fucking other people, he want to be doing other people, just have a poly relationship. Everybody know about everybody. There ain't no secrets. There ain't nothing. So anyway, my advice to her was she need to give all that energy she giving to that girl, give it to your man you sleeping with. Okay? Because he's been trying you in front of you and behind you and beside you. That same energy. Don't be trying to fight that girl. None of that makes sense right now. All that fighting don't make no sense. I ain't trying to fight nobody over nobody. Because anything could go wrong in a fight. You know how much shit can go wrong in a fight? Then you end up in jail. And then this man is going to find somebody else. Do you hear me? You fighting for this man, and he's going to find somebody else. Or for the guys, you fighting for this female, and she gonna find somebody else while you in jail. And now everybody got guns. Everybody want to just be big and bad. I want to be cute and comfortable. I want to be a good daughter, a good mama, and somebody's wife, or girlfriend, or baddie. You get what I'm saying? I ain't sitting in no jail, and I ain't trying to end my life anytime sooner over nobody. So that's what I told her. I said the same energy she giving that girl, she need to give it to him, and she need to figure out what she gonna do. Because if this girl really is pregnant, hopefully it's the girl in there. Yeah. So I hope I gave the right advice. How it ended, what did she say? She was like, you right. I asked him, I said, that's your problem. You keep asking him, but you ain't know nothing about this until you looked at his phone. And you got so much energy and upset, all this energy towards the girl. But you went on a date with your man last night and had a great dandy night. Make it make sense. Y'all all need to gather up. I said cook dinner or let him take y'all out, and y'all need to talk about it, because y'all all had sexual relations, baby. Or let it go. Nobody is worth it. And I said he need to pay for them 2 tires, which he is, that she flattened before she came to see me. I was like, was this girl ever disrespectful to you? She was like, no. I said, you ever see this girl? She was like, I see her here and there when I'm with him, and they act like they don't know each other. I was done with that. I took a shot with her, and she was like, bye, Kitty, thank you. And I said, you are welcome. We gotta do better, ladies. Gotta do better. Please like and subscribe. Like I said, write comments. Let me know what you think. If you would have told her something else differently. I don't know. I'm not trying to preach, oh, you better leave him. You better leave him. Women don't listen to friends or family. We leave when we want to leave, when we had enough abuse. Some people have that strength to be like, I'm done. Some people feel like, oh, because I've been here all these years, I might as well try to make it work. Some people will stay with the person and they start doing them dirty behind their back. I'm not the one to say that. I don't know how this person is. I only here to go back to her man and be like, well, Kitty said, and Kitty said absolutely not. Kitty ain't say nothing. Kitty ain't say nothing. Nope. I'ma shut my mouth. I give my opinion. I ain't telling nobody to leave that man, because you don't get in. What I've learned, what my mama always told me, don't get in man and woman relationship problems, and don't get in a person and their kid problems, because they will embarrass you. You'll be talking all this junk for them. You'll be fighting their battles for them, and they go right back with that person. I'm just trying to do a service. I want to be your nail tech, your pedicurist, your lash tech, and we laugh, we giggle, we pray, we drink. But I'm never going to tell you to leave that person alone. You're going to have to figure that out on your own, because you was not blaming me, because I got my own issues, baby. All right. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
come through for real. Come through for real. Why always to come through, come through. That's why I always